本節目內主持人及嘉賓的言論純屬個人意見，並不代表本台立場。
Right, welcome to the second episode of Boiling Point. My name is Julian.
Ben.
I'm Jake.
And it's good to see you all again. So this week, it was a really eventful week.
Yeah.
We've got all these shit, all these arson court cases.
Yeah.
There's a lot of happening. So we're going to be a bit ambitious. We're trying to cover it all. And to begin with, I think we should talk about the MTR as an incident.
Yeah.
First,
The hot topic.
It's hot because it's like 16 people actually injured in that one single incident.
16 injured, including one foreigner from
Taiwanese,
Taiwan.
right?
Yeah, a Taiwanese tourist, and one young girl who is a student from the Singapore Vet, and
I think she's like 15 or 16 years old.
16, yes, and she was she claims to be doing quite well in both academic side and in his after-school activities and stuff, and she's doing fencing, all the shits, and
So she's a multi-talented schoolgirl.
yeah, but well,
Pity.
it is kind of don't you feel like media is just trying to draw us out all the shits like this, and
I think that there isn't enough coverage on this. I mean, in general.
They seem to be focusing on this young girl because people can. It's easy to feel
empathy,
very
sympathy,
and
All kinds
So
of things.
I think everyone else all the other victims are kind of ignored, and all the focus is on this.
Neglected.
not so fair, isn't it?
Yeah, especially when it comes to the Taiwanese victim, because I think she, right?
Yeah,
And-
she.
and I
Yeah,
think
it is.
she's not getting much assistance in the
Yeah,
whole thing, and the
mhm.
daily fee when she's staying in the hospital
Yeah.
is really expensive.
Because she was actually staying in the ICU right now, and it was extremely sky high for the cost. It's around around 10,000. But actually a lot more than that. And
10,000 a day.
yeah,
But basically, it happened in the 10th of February.
Yep.
On last Friday, and a man poured a flammable liquid on himself in a compartment.
Yep.
And he yelled something like, "Well, you motherfuckers, I'm going to burn you all," something like that.
That's a good
And
translation.
then he set himself on fire.
Yeah.
And the people around him were of course get so panicked, and everyone around him instantly got inflamed because
They
it's
got
flammable
split
liquid.
with
Yeah.
and it's chaos. But the problem is Hong Kongers are so well. I'm not supposed to say Hong Kongers. I'm me. But anyway, because in some circumstance and in some definition, Hong Kongers means a little bit smarter, and they're aware of.
They're witty. They're supposed to be intelligent.
Yeah.
But in that incident, we saw all kinds of stupid shit.
Yeah.
It's like nobody's
Really.
opening the air vents
Oh,
Yep.
really?
No,
Yeah.
nobody opened it. It's like all smoky inside the compartment.
Yeah, and you know, even the workers and the staffs of the MTR, they don't know how to use the fire extinguisher.
That's fucking
Extinguisher.
ridiculous. I mean,
That's
I mean, when we all take MTR like
Most
maybe
of them daily, yeah.
maybe daily,
Yeah.
and we have seen all. It's like the whole platform is covered by a lot of
Extinguisher.
those.
It
Not
is.
extinguishers. A lot of staffs.
Oh,
MTR
yeah.
staffs. They're pretty much
And
like
they're in yellow.
pretty much like an army of some sort.
Yeah.
They're in yellow. They're standing there like sentinels, but
They're repeating those
all
you
these
know, nonsense.
routines, and when shit happened, they just
They
put
got
up a stupid
panic
face
and- yeah.
and they just stood there doing nothing.
They put up a stupid face, and I think, you know, to be accurate, they are stupid in their minds. I don't know. They're there was supposed to be at least there should be someone who has the knowledge of first aid, who has the knowledge of how to
A quick response, like
yeah, to
what you're
respond
supposed
some
to do.
things like this happens. But apparently, you know, they are just 呃飯食, you know.
呃飯食 means doing nothing, but you get paid.
Getting paid by doing nothing.
It's like, I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think we got quite a lot of photos about the incident, and we can
Yeah, let's roll it.
Yeah.
Andy,
What do you
please,
guys think of
show
the,
some M photos, please?
The government says that the guy was mentally ill, and so
Now we have some photos of that incident. That's what happened afterwards. It's like all ashes on the ground, and this is from the Apple Daily.
and the guy on
And
the
the guy
right
on the
was
right,
supposed
it's,
to be
it's a guy who set himself on fire, and people are just standing there, just doing nothing, covering their noses. And this is the schoolgirl who got seriously burnt. So is she in some kind of critical condition or
not quite, but it's level 3 of
burnt?
Yeah, burnt.
third degree burns. Mm.
Third
Third
degree,
degree
yeah.
burnt, and this is the guy who got burnt. It's almost painless.
And amazingly, the people. Are we recording our conversation right now? Because
Of course.
I hope so. Because amazingly, the Hong Kong people were just standing still and taking pictures.
Well, we've
of the
got
whole thing.
we actually got
One injured.
a term, a special term for that. It's called a bystander syndrome.
Oh yeah.
It's like shit happened nearby, and then people just not me getting burned, and I've got a cell phone here, and so I have to take a photo. I have to put it up on Facebook, and then brag about it, talk shit, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they're not doing anything to help.
Yeah, just giving out stupid comments doesn't mean that you had practiced the justice or you did anything to help. Say, just like there was and I'm sorry about that because there was a foreign guy and he tried to shoot the photos about the whole thing, and he was too into that and he got faint.
He fainted?
Yeah, he fainted. Because
What a
because
pussy!
it was smoke and
I'm interested. What do you guys think? How will the government use this event? For example, do you think there will be more patrols and
Patrol.
more
I
police will
think
be more
definitely.
heavily
Security
armed?
checks.
Security checks.
oh yeah, someone
metal detectors when you go into the station.
Someone did
Metal detectors.
raise
That's
that
outrageous.
sort of comments right after the incident about especially mainlanders, because in mainland they actually got some kind of security check in not in metro but in the high-speed railway.
But
I guess.
I think actually even probably going into the
first
subway
off-
in Beijing, you go through a metal
probably.
detector.
Yes, but still, first off, what the fuck does it have anything to do with you mainlanders? I mean, it's a Hong Kong incident, right?
Yeah.
And just because you mainland China has all sorts of detectors, it doesn't mean it has to be applied to us. I mean,
the point is the government can use this to
As a chance.
make Hong Kong more like mainland China.
Yeah, yeah.
It has an excuse.
The
Exactly.
mainlandization.
The penetration it happens all the time. It's happening every single second. But I mean, there are some kind of theories about, you know, like, first of all, there's a celebrity and he raises all sorts of conspiracies all the time. And his
Wan
name
Hoi,
is Wan
right?
Hoi. Yeah, that's the guy.
Okay.
And he raised some really interesting questions. First of all, because they are the press conference of the cops, actually happened in one of the exits of the station, and it is right in front of the temple of the
Muslim
Muslims, the mosque.
Oh, really?
It is.
You
And
think that was intentional?
well, it's a question. It's the question.
Raising the terrorism
they
fear?
want to make like I don't know. Maybe it's a hidden message.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
they're going to sell. Like
Well, that's actually a really
like
good
it's
question.
arson. It's no. It's not a terrorist attack. But we are announcing it right outside of a Muslim mosque.
Yeah.
And it's the 20th, you know, approaching the 20th anniversary of the handover or whatever. There's
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
a big ramp up in security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to see more of these guys, these cops with backpacks with like submachine guns inside them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
But
not
maybe
necessarily
some foldable
submachine gun.
shield.
I'm
whatever
telling
it
you,
is,
if
yeah.
they got submachine gun, they would definitely put it on their arms.
Well, because
No,
that's
no,
the
no,
next
no.
step. At the moment, they're just in their backpacks.
They couldn't-
But they're getting people.
They
Slowly-
don't have the ability to assemble the machine gun from their bag
No,
to
no,
their
they're
hands.
They're
I
trained to
don't
do
think
that
so.
kind of shit. I'm sure about that. It's like if they issued like new equipment, they have to be trained.
Well, there actually is. You know, first of all, they purchases around 300 vests, and it's you know, heavy arm kind of stuff. And secondly, they purchase some. They tend to purchase some kind of extreme rubber bullets. Well, actually, we will cover that on the second.
Later episode.
Later episode or the second section anyway, and they also purchases some trucks which claims to be benefit for the crowd control and equipped with water cannons and all the shit, and it's like 4 times stronger than what they have in the North Korea, which already caused crucial damage, and it has
It's
already
actually fatal.
It's fatal. It has already killed
People
someone
actually
in
get,
North
get
Korea.
killed by those.
And
North Korea? Is it really?
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
No, sorry. Is it South Korea?
South Korea.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. It's South Korea, and it had killed someone, and it is 4 times less powered in comparison with the one we have in Hong Kong right now.
It's like maybe they're trying to use this incident to maybe to pave the road of the legislation of
The article,
Article 2023.
23,
So,
23rd,
yeah, the 23rd article.
23rd article of.
So it's I think the whole thing maybe according to some conspiracy theories,
Yeah.
maybe it's a setup. Who knows?
Well, there's always conspiracies, but sometimes it sounds really valid because you know it is not happening. You know, in years. You know, there were
Not in decades.
Yeah, not in decades.
like-
For Molotovs and stuff, you know,
Yeah.
Hong Kongers, you know, some people tend to name them, tag them with gongju, like they're like pigs. They're
Kong
not.
pigs.
Yeah, they're like in a farm, and they won't do, you know, think about the animal farm story. They weren't doing anything
Actually, it's some kind
irresponsible.
of slavery.
Yeah,
The whole thing.
and they're
It's like,
happy with
it's
it.
like when you know it's all cause and effects, a series of cause and effects.
Mm-hmm.
When the government fails,
Yeah.
As we all have seen in the past 20 years. People's lives, it's going into some kind of downfall, and they're getting hopeless. They're getting so depressed, and they develop all sorts of mental issues. Mm-hmm. And when there are implosives ones, like people who are trying to contain all this depression to themselves, and then they kill themselves, turning on gases, jumping off buildings, and there are explosive ones, like what we had this time. Like they're actually not only setting himself on fire, but he's intentionally trying to hurt, the people around them.
Well, speaking of that, there were actually five cases of suicide for the students who are studying in Hong Kong right now in the last 10 days, just only 10 days.
Yeah, that's insane.
And it's already confirmed, and they're all suicide. They committed suicide. And it is that's what's happening right now in Hong Kong. All the morals and the condition of the society is just so twisted that people won't voice out for themselves. They won't do anything to fight for their own freedom, like their own will or whatsoever.
Because if you take the MTR on a daily basis, you're like being herded like animals. It's like with all these useless instructions, with
super crowd control, a fucking
kind of
fence.
Develop some kind of helplessness in you. So every time you take MTR, you get hypnotized that you're useless. It's useless to fight back. You have to obey the law. You have to follow the rules, and it's wrong to take extra step.
Somebody, I don't know, but because sometimes I do have, the feeling that if you want to just crush that guy to the track in the subway or whatsoever, the workers or the staffs if they're just shouting at you and telling you not to go there, not to go do that, not to step across the yellow line, and line up wherever they want you to do so. Sometimes I just got the little urge to mash their heads to the.
You're getting depressed as well.
It might happen. Just some day someone just couldn't stand that pressure anymore, and just
then go berserk.
And just go bizarre and do it.
This is more and more, is it? It wasn't like this in the past. This kind of all these little orders, in the MTR. It's kind of gradually increased, has it?
Yeah, quite a lot, and there weren't as much staffs on the platform in the past, and there were especially in some stations. In some stations, they extend the fence quite a lot because in the past, you were supposed to be the one who are the only person to choose the way you go. Like when there's no one on the other side of the walk path, then you should be able to walk through that side. Although it's not on your way. It's the reversed way. In order to do a little bit quicker. Choose a quicker path for yourself, but nowadays, they just tend to extend the branches.
It's like
all
everything
the time,
is organized
all the way long.
like a fucking prison.
It is.
It's like
it's actually worse, a lot worse than
you
prison.
can do this, you can't do that. You have to walk here. You can't put your feet there.
Wow,
It's
I didn't
like
realize
a
the
farm
MTR is
then,
kind of
instead of a prison.
psychologically kind of
it's a design.
changing
the whole
people.
Thing.
Right, no,
the whole
that's
thing
amazing.
is a design.
Yeah,
It's turning people into prisoners, and that's why people are reaching, like what a show's name suggests, to the boiling point, and people go insane, do all kinds of shit, and
that's what you hope.
Well, that's not what I hope, because this is natural. When this is a natural response. When people get oppressed, they do crazy things.
Not so sure. Because I think people just tend to especially people in Hong Kong, they just tend to hurt themselves.
And what about the increase in population of Hong Kong? Like things are getting more crowded on the street, right? In the MTR, do you think this creates stress?
It's just going to further to heat it up.
Yeah.
But anyway, alas, we're going to have a.
It's up for the first section.
That's all for the first section, and yeah, we're going to.
See you guys in a bit.
經錯過我哋精彩嘅節目，而家上嚟呢個網址就可以訂閱晒我哋8大頻道，付費之後仲可以重溫晒所有精彩嘅節目。記得要訂閱我哋嘅 YouTube channel 同埋讚好我哋嘅 Facebook 專頁啊！